Hey everyone, Big Pauly back for a brand new movie shelf collection update. Yes, this is for my complete Blu-ray movie collection. This is shelf number 9, so we're getting on. We'll only have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and the top, which is mainly TV ones. But anyway, let's get on to a rather large stack of shelf 9. Okay, so like the last video, I've got a lot of Amaray Blu-ray cases thrown in as well, because I haven't been able to just store them where I want to store them, as we're still waiting for like the boiler to be installed and all that kind of crap. So I'm having to store them in here for now with the Steelbooks. But let's get on. Oh, look how far I've got to go. It's like I'm touching the ceiling. Oh, I've got to be very careful not to nudge this, like, otherwise I'm in real doo-doos. Oh, he's in doo-doos. Oh, and it's rocking as well. Right, okay, so first one up. Michael Caine, what can you say? The Italian Job. I haven't even actually opened this one yet. It's still in its seal. Oh, yes. 3 little minis, all in a row. Really good film. You're only supposed to blow the wrapping off. Really good. Probably, in a way, one of the worst ending of a movie ever, because of the cliffhanger. Literally, the cliffhanger ending is just, and now what? Yes, still a good ending, but it's one of the most frustrating endings. But I need to watch that again. It's been quite a while since I've seen that. Definitely haven't seen it in Blu-ray. Mark Wahlberg did do a remake, which was... Next up is one that I watched a couple of weeks ago, which I really did enjoy. Peanut Butter Falcon with Shia Labeouf, about a young man there with Down syndrome that wants to become a wrestler. Very good film. Next up we have comic book film Spawn. This is the director's cut. Michael Jai White, I think it is. Martin Sheen. Yeah, brilliant. It's been a long time since I've seen this one. Well, a long time. But I put it in a black case. I think that looks pretty good in a black case. Next up, we have a recent animated movie. That's right, it's South Park. No, it's not. It's the Addams Family. Yes, I think maybe Jamie and Katie went to the cinema to see this. Fab family viewing. I do like a nice CGI tale. It's a shame it's not 3D, but it's probably going to be good anyway. Next up we have a dark thrilling sci-fi ride, which I didn't know too much about, starring Emile Hirsch and Bruce Dern, called Freaks. I think it's kind of like Body Snatchers, that kind of thing. It says they look just like us, so it's either the Body Snatchers or it's John Carpenter's one. But yeah, that looks quite interesting actually. I like that cover. Makes it look really mysterious. Next up, we have Yesterday. Oh, my troubles seem so far away. That's right, I'm going to sing all the way through this video, so prepare yourself. I can't believe that's Tamwa from EastEnders. And Lily James, I believe. I do want to see this. I do like the Beatles music. And I do like the spin that they did, you know, like no one ever knew who the Beatles were, so you can sing your songs and they'll think that you made them. I'm just waffling now. Next up we have a really good documentary movie, Apollo 11, which includes a lot of unseen footage of the Apollo launch and behind the scenes. Really good, that is. And then we have Space Hunter Adventures in the Forbidden Zone on 101 Films, which I've never seen. I thought I had, but I've never seen it. I think that's Molly Ringwald. Is it Molly Ringwald? It says Michael Ironside. Don't know. Oh, yes, it is. It does say Molly Ringwald. Looks interesting. All those youngsters. Who the hell's Molly Ringwald? Another really good action comedy in the kind of vein of like My Spy. If you've seen My Spy recently on Netflix with Dave Bautista. This one's Stuber. This is really funny. His name's Stu and he's an Uber driver, so that's why it's called Stuber. Next up, we have my Pierce Brosnan 007 series. Hopefully they will release these on 4K. We have Die Another Day, which is the worst of the Pierce Brosnan Bond films, and especially with Madonna in it, singing as well. Horrible, horrible theme tune. That's Die Another Day. We have Goldeneye, which is the best of the Pierce Brosnan movies. Fantastic movie. Love that one. Sean Bean, brilliant villain. Alan Cumming, so funny. And then we have one I picked up from Poundland. The World Is Not Enough. And I first saw this in Las Vegas on the opening weekend. Denise Richards. Let's not talk about Christmas jokes. God, her acting was dreadful in that. Okay, next up. Some people love this, some people hate this. I really like this one. I know the villain is not brilliant, but it reflected the kind of villain for the time, going high tech and all that kind of stuff, and you know, social media and the press and everything. Tomorrow Never Dies. Terry Hatcher is in that as well, so I like that one. Next up, we have a recent one from Elijah Wood, which I don't know if to put in a purple case or maybe leave in a black case. I think it looks better in a black case. Come to Daddy. Come on, come to Daddy. That's right. Don't really know too much about it. I think he's teaming up with his dad or something. Going to see his long lost dad or something, and it turns out a bit weird. And then we have 3 films that people keep telling me that I've got to watch, because they all sort of like form part of a director's trilogy. They're all from the same filmmaker, I believe. First up, we have Bone Tomahawk with Kurt Russell, and I like a Western. It says the best Western since Unforgiven. That's not saying much because I really didn't think Unforgiven was that good. But hopefully I'll enjoy this one in a nice black case. Then we have a bit of Brawl in Cell Block 99. I love prison dramas, and Vince Vaughn I've always looked at as like a comedic actor. Even when he was in Jurassic Park, I mean The Lost World, he was comedy-ish, but serious role apparently, so that's good. And then we've got the third film, Dragged Across Concrete. This is the only one that actually comes with a slip. But this has got Mel Gibson in it. Oh, and Vince Vaughn, so that should be quite good as well. And Don Johnson, yeah, fantastic. So they look like 3 really good films. So I might watch them like one day after the next. Right, let's continue. That is wobbling, just like my stomach after a Chinese. Next up, we have Hobo with a Shotgun. Rutger Hauer. I originally put this in a black case, but I needed the black case for something else, so I'm waiting for another black case so I can just swap it out. It's all about black cases. Or red cases. Warm Bodies. Good old zombie film with Nicholas Hoult and Kristen Stewart clone. Yes, Teresa Palmer. Very funny as well. Great soundtrack. Next up we have a bit of Tom Cruise in Valkyrie. I think this was probably also in the tub when I did the tub ones, but I swapped the Valkyrie case out for a red one, so it's back in this room. And then we have a really good film which I saw a couple of weeks ago as part of the Poundland bin. It's a shame I haven't got a slip, because originally this came with a slip, I think, in Poundland. This is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Yes, really good film. Tim Burton. 3D was great. The 3D was great in that. I really enjoyed that film. Next up, Do You Want to Be a Hero? What was the name of the film? That's right. Biggles. Peter Cushing. Forgot Peter Cushing was in this, and Neil Dixon. Adventures in Time. I had a computer game. I think it was a Spectrum or Commodore computer game based on this. It's been such a long time since I've seen this. And I put it in a clear case. I thought it looks good in a clear case. Maybe I'll put it in a pink case, actually, because it's kind of pink. Got some pink cases coming. Next up, one that actually does look good in a clear case. Commando Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yes, the director's cut, which I don't believe I've ever seen. I need to up my Arnie collection because I'm missing everything like Raw Deal, Red Heat, Hercules, and Conan. I mean, not Hercules. I'm missing a lot of that stuff, so I need to find some cheap ones. Next up, we have a Stephen King. I don't know if this is a TV series or if this is a movie. I think it's a movie. This is The Mist. Written for the screen and directed by Frank Darabont from Green Mile and The Shawshank Redemption. Includes the stunning black and white version and the colour version. Wow. Yeah, so should be interesting. Next up, we have another one in a red case. A romantic comedy to die for. Life After Beth. Which I'm looking forward to seeing. This is another comedy zombie movie. Next up, I saw this one as well from the Poundland bin not so long ago. Forsaken, with the Sutherland, I wouldn't say the Sutherland brothers, father and son, Donald and Kiefer, including Brian Cox and Demi Moore as well. I actually thought that was quite a good western. And next up, for anybody that likes a nice bit of Springsteen, Blinded by the Light. Haven't seen that one, but hope to see that one soon. And then we have Dora and the Lost City of Gold, which, from what I can see and what I see on the trailer, is kind of a mix of Indiana Jones, National Treasure on Nickelodeon. But it looks a lot of fun. I don't poo-poo these films just because it looks childish. It might be a lot of fun. Next up, I have a film from the producer of Sicario and John Wick. This is The Informer. I don't know anything about this, so that should be interesting. That was a blind buy. And part of my Kevin Smith collection, which is very small at the moment on Blu-ray, is Chasing Amy. I think this came from the HMV bargain bin, I think. And the last of the regular ones, I found this in CEX in Maidstone. It's a film called Tyrannosaur, with a slip as well, with some nice spot gloss. Best British Film of the Year. Paddy Considine has created a work of genius. Also stars Olivia Colman and Eddie Marsan, so that should be quite good. Right, okay, so let's move on to the steelbooks, because we've got quite a few. Now, I have an incomplete collection of X-Men steelbooks, because I did sell a lot of them. But first of all, we have the Wolverine, which I really like this. The design on this. Really nice. That's not a bad film, actually. Plus X-Men First Class. Another good film, with Kevin Bacon as well. Probably the best X-Men movie after the original, Days of Future Past, which I think this is an HMV exclusive. And then we have X-Men Apocalypse with old Poe from Star Wars. A steelbook that some people didn't like, but I looked at and I absolutely loved it. Logan. I love that design. I love that design. It's so comic book. Yes, so I also have the 4K for Logan as well as the steelbook now. Next up we have E.T. That's right. Someone's got a phone home. Nice bit of Elliot and E.T. on the back there. Nice steelbook. And next up we have Baby Driver. Again, another steelbook. You don't get too many pink steelbooks. Love that film. Really hope we get a sequel. And then a bit of Christopher Nolan in Interstellar. Fantastic film. Love this film. Probably one of my favourite Christopher Nolan movies. And then sticking with the whole space element, Stargate, the original movie. This is a great film. This is a fantastic film. And it spawned several series. Stargate SG-1, which was a fantastic TV series. I loved it. Also Stargate Atlantis, which up until only a couple of years ago I realised when Jason Momoa was getting really big in movies, he was actually in Stargate Atlantis. I completely forgot about him. And then we had Stargate Universe, which was a bit... had its moments with Robert Carlyle, but it certainly wasn't the same calibre as the previous shows. Okay, next up we have the first Deadpool movie. I love that steelbook. I think that might have been an HMV exclusive as well. One of my favourite J.J. Abrams movies, and this is an homage to Steven Spielberg's style of filmmaking, and it felt so Spielberg. Super 8. I love that film. Really do. Starship Troopers. Great film. Great film. I need to get that on 4K. Next up, one of the flick bin last week, I believe. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. Yes. So I still need to see the new one, but I love that film. And then a film that really took me by surprise when it came out. I need to get a cover for this one. Cloverfield. With lots of embossing and kind of like damage to it. Battle damage. Yes. Great film. I don't know whether or not 4K is worth getting for this because it's like camcorder action. But it's such a tense film. Also continuing the old Cloverfield is 10 Cloverfield Lane. Now that is a great film. This is kind of reminds me of split, you know, with being stuck underground, held prisoner kind of thing. But this is a really great film. John Goodman is fantastic in this. And then, of course, from out of nowhere, which I believe was just announced at maybe a football game or a soccer, football game, American football game or a baseball game, just telling people that it was coming on Netflix, was the Cloverfield Paradox. I was okay with it. It wasn't brilliant. We really didn't know that we were going to get a third Cloverfield film straight away. And it was kind of a surprise, you know. It's like people were waiting for it to go to the cinema, and it was like, it's going to be on Netflix on Friday. So, yeah, it wasn't a bad film. It could have been worse. It's a shame there's no Steelbook for it, though, to complete my Cloverfield Steelbook collection. I think I did hear that maybe there was going to be a fourth Cloverfield film. And next up, we have one of my favourite all-time Star Trek spoofs. This is so classic. I love this film, Galaxy Quest. This is a Steelbook from the US, celebrating the 20th anniversary. Never give up, never surrender. By Grabthor's hammer, you shall be avenged. Yes, absolutely love that film. And I was watching the Galaxy Quest documentary that I believe is on Netflix, and they were showing the scene that was cut because, of course, they wanted it to be a family-friendly film. And Sigourney Weaver, they swapped her from saying, like, oh, F that, to hell with that. I haven't checked this one out yet, so I'm hoping it's got the original language back in it. It's a PG. But if you know, let me know. Because I hate it when they dubbed it. And it didn't even look like she was saying it, because, of course, it was overdubbed. Fantastic boxing film next. I love the Rocky movies, and I thought, okay, this character might be good. This character was fantastic. Creed, I loved it. Fantastic casting, absolute brilliant casting for Michael B. Jordan there. He's getting quite big now, isn't he? What with Black Panther and Just Mercy, which I need to see. And I never had the sequel on Steelbook. It's not a brilliant design on the Steelbook, but I found this on eBay for about 11 quid for a 4K Steelbook. So I thought it'd be rude not to buy it to complete my Creed Steelbook collection. I am starting to get back into Steelbooks again now because some of the designs are a lot better. Next up, we have AI, Artificial Intelligence. Love this film. Haley Joel Osment there. And Teddy. I've actually got a full-size speaking Teddy in the storeroom, which I bought. Life. That's a great film. I love this film. Really surprise ending. I don't know how it is for repeated viewing, because you know what the ending is. But definitely worth another watch. And then we have Judge Dredd, a bit of Stallone. And this is the Steelbook from Germany. I like that film. Probably one of the only films I enjoy with Rob Schneider. I'm not a big Rob Schneider fan. And then, of course, we have the new Dredd with Carl Urban. I love that Steelbook with the lenticular. Fantastic. I think this is a Nova Media as well. This is a 3D Steelbook. It's quite a heavy one, that one. Nice bit of machete. I love the design of that Steelbook. And of course, if you have machete, you've got to have Machete Kills. Now this is minus violence. Such a great cast. Fantastic cast. Don't know if we're ever going to get a third film. They did mention, and they did actually have a trailer, I think, on one of these, probably this film, for Machete in Space. So I really do hope that happens. Next up, we start on some Spider-Man. And I have the Spider-Man Trilogy Steelbook. 1, 2, 3 of the Tobey Maguire era. And then I have the Amazing Spider-Man Lenticular, which is a really good lenticular. It's got a lot of depth in it. And this is 3D Steelbook. So that's very nice. And of course, if you're going to have that one, then you've got to have the matching one, which also has a really nice lenticular, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. This one's just a standard. That's just a standard Blu-ray, so there's no 3D on that one. Actually, I think they are actually both just standard Steelbooks, and I just slotted the 3D disc in on the other one, so maybe I should do that for this one as well, because it's been available at Poundland. Next up, Hellboy. This is the original. Like that Steelbook. Ron Perlman, the best Hellboy. Then again, I haven't seen the new one yet, so I can't criticise David, whatever his name is, David Harbour's performance. But I've heard it's not very good, but it's got Mila Jovovich in it, so I think so. It's definitely worth watching. Then we have Hellboy 2. This is one of my pet hates, actually. A landscape Steelbook. There's no need for it. Next up, that is an image. Sin City. Nice bit of Jessica Alba, Bruce Willis and loads of other people. I love the Sin City films. Another bit of Jessica Alba in Sin City 2, A Dame to Kill For. Another great film. And then we have the Expendables, the first Expendables movie. Good action. The Expendables 2. Expendables 3. Look at that. Isn't that a great image? And then we have some Planet of the Apes. So I have Rise of the Planet of the Apes. This was the first of the new films. And then Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. I just realised, actually, a lot of these steelbooks, I've actually left the plastic covering on, so I need to remove a lot of those. And then we have War for the Planet of the Apes. This was, I think, an HMV exclusive. This includes the 4K and the 3D, which was good. What wasn't good was the fact that it came with no spine title, so they had to give us a cardboard cover to put the spine on, which was lazy. But that's why I leave that on. Last three steelbooks are Christopher Nolan's. I want to show you these. First of all, I've got Batman Begins. These were very cheap in America. I picked them up for about 10 quid each. I had them shipped over. And they had no inside artwork. No inside artwork at all. So with a bit of my nifty editing skills and my steelbook disassemblement skills, I created some inside artwork. So we've got that one for Batman Begins. And if you want to know actually how to remove steelbook covers, take the spines off successfully, reattach them with glue, I think it's my very first ever YouTube video is all about Steelbook editing. I think it's quite a popular one. It's got something like 15,000 views, something nuts. Next up we have The Dark Knight. Again, really nice. And I'm not going to take the discs out, but that's the editing I did. It goes right over to the other side there. So that's the artwork I used. And then of course the last one we have is The Dark Knight Rises. Fantastic. Brilliant. Okay, so that is shelf number 9 done. Wow. Oh dear. Okie dokie. I hope you enjoyed the video. Shelf number 10 includes some Arrow releases, lots more steelbooks, including like Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, Transformers, Fast and Furious, plus my Lost collection. Not Lost movies, but you know, the series that I've just started to watch, and a load of other bits and pieces thrown in. So that one will be up in a couple of days. So hope you enjoyed the video. Like it by giving it some thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, comment and share. And I shall see you all on the next video very soon. Bye bye for now.